This is what I call the funnel effect. We're being showered by our higher self, our intuition, the universe, source, grandmother's web, whatever it is you want to call it. We're being showered with information, inspirations, knowings, intuitions about other people. But we can't receive any of it because it's so clouded with our own beach balls. When you feel something coming up, let's just say Linda and I meet, something starts coming up. I take full responsibility. Obviously, we're both dealing with some kind of issue. Something is coming up. My first gut reaction is to want to suppress it, to push it back down. Well, she's coming to my experience for a reason, and I'm taking full responsibility for this experience now in my reality. So now, whatever's happening with her, as a counselor or any kind of psychotherapist, anybody that comes to you is being drawn to you, correct? They're coming into your experience for a reason. We tend to want to look at them to fix them. You got to fix yourself. So when we start fixing ourselves, we're using EFT, the Sedona method, Ho'oponopono, or what I call finding the gift. I like to look at a situation, feel it in my body, and what is the gift in it. Once you find that gift, it dissipates. The energy's gone. So let's just say you were abused as a child, and you have all these programs running in your background. So you work on them as a psychotherapist. Now you still have these memories in your background, but there's no electrical charge to them any longer. But you still have them running in your background, so people that have been abused as a child are going to be drawn to you as a healer. You will no longer have the electrical charge to them, but it's still coming into your experience again, so you heal on it. So now you're healed and they're healed. Or cleared. I shouldn't say healed. I got to be careful with that word healed. They're cleared of it. Any questions on that so far? So how do you clear? How do we open this up? How do we open it up so it's no longer a funnel, but basically a straight allowing all this information coming directly from our higher self into our subconscious? Because remember, we're creating a channel from our conscious to our subconscious. We ask ourselves every day when we ground and ask for protection, talk to our subconscious, ask the subconscious, is it okay to create a direct channel? Is there any way I can strengthen this connection? So we're going to start doing some clearing work. Dan mentioned Ho'oponopono. In Ho'oponopono, there's 4 sentences that you say. And it doesn't matter what order. You know about Ho'oponopono, correct?
Only the little bit that you shared with me that one day.
Okay. So with Ho'oponopono, you basically say 4 sentences. But again, the issue that I have with Ho'oponopono is you're still in the conscious mind. If you can, feel it. Feel whatever it is that's coming up, the beach ball's coming up. Okay, what is this? The 2 sentences that you say are, I love you and thank you. There's no need to say, I'm so sorry and please forgive me. If you feel the need to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, then by all means. Because you could be sorry, it could be your conscious self telling your subconscious self, wow, I've been ignoring this, I'm sorry, please forgive me, let's work on this now. You see what I'm saying? There's always dialogue. There's always dialogue between the three levels of consciousness. So I start working on these things. This one, the energy gets released and goes up. This one, the energy gets released. I am now opening up all of this energy, because really all these things is energy.
Can I use an example of the Ho'oponopono thing that I used recently that I found
absolutely
incredible? Is I've gotten back into running again, and I had all these aches and pains I never used to have. So what I did was I would feel the ache that I had and saw where it came from mentally. I mean, what was actually causing it, and then I used Ho'oponopono on it. It actually really did reduce a lot. And even garden work, like when you don't, not doing stuff all year, and then you go work in the garden, if you actually prepare ahead of time to your muscles, like in Mo and Ho'oponopono, it's amazing how you don't get the aches and pains later.
And the key is, he said he felt it.
It's intense.
Because what happens with Ho'oponopono is it becomes a chant. And I actually know a woman who is a devout Buddhist. She does her chanting every day. And one time she asked me to chant with her. To me, when I put on a chant, I sit and I feel it in my body. I feel the vibrations of it on my body. I be in the moment. Well, she's chanting and she's moving papers over there and she's opening up her email, and so her energy was split. So the problem I see happening with Ho'oponopono is, I love you, I'm so sorry, please forgive me, thank you. It becomes a chant. So you're in your conscious mind. You're not getting into your subconscious to release that energy. The subconscious feels. Remember, that's our emotional body and our physical body that the subconscious is directly connected to. So when you're, I love you, I'm so sorry, please forgive me, thank you, you're all in your head. That's why I say mental intuitives, over time, it just becomes something mental.
Yeah, you're right. You can't use it as like a big medicine. You have to use it more like you're treating an exact thing, or it won't. I think you'll lose it after a while.
So those are the 4 sentences. I love you, I'm so sorry, please forgive me are optional if you need to use them, because I'm so sorry and please forgive me have negative connotations to them too. For a lot of people, especially those that have been abused. Why should I forgive my abuser? Kind of thing. So forget the I'm so sorry, please forgive me. Just I love you and thank you. There's the healing right there. Just recognizing it. The other thing that we talked about for clearing some of these, and again, you're just gonna release the energy that it takes to hold them down into your subconscious. Everybody still has the memory of it, but there's no longer that charge. I remember the very first time I watched the movie Halloween. Okay, now I'm dating myself. 1980 something. Scared me to death. But by the 17th time, I knew what was coming. I knew the little flaws. You can see the string hanging. You know, it's like there was no electrical charge to it. So that's kind of the same analogy with what's going on in our subconscious. The other one is the Sedona method. And I'm not one to teach the Sedona method. I can't teach Ho'oponopono, not the one he does, but the basics of Ho'oponopono. And I can't teach EFT. But the Sedona method, you can do a Google search, but basically the meaning is you ask yourself questions. So you feel something coming up. Can I allow myself to feel this? Well, of course your subconscious mind is going to say yes. It's not going to say no, because it wants to communicate with your conscious self. So yes, and then allow yourself to feel it in your body. You might feel it in your throat because you have something to say. You might, do you want me to move? You might feel it in your guts. You might feel it in your heart. Wherever it is you're feeling it in your body, allow yourself to feel it. And then ask yourself, could I let this go? Well, of course you're asking your subconscious, could I let it go? Of course it's going to say yes. It's going to just let it go. If it doesn't, ask yourself when. So it's just a series of questions to allow yourself to be in your body, to be in the moment, and then to release whatever it is. I personally found the Sedona method works very well with mental intuitives. But for some things, if I'm in the moment and my head is trying to wrap itself around it, I will definitely use the Sedona method. Because it's instant. Okay. The other thing is EFT, and a lot of you were familiar with EFT. It's the tapping. EFT is emotional freedom technique. I don't know if the website is still up, but Google EFT or emotional freedom technique. There's all kinds of information down there. You can YouTube it. People on YouTube will show you some basic EFT.
Emofree.com.
Emofree.com. I don't know if the website's still up because they're closing that website down. So, but there's definitely a ton of stuff out there. Emofree.com, see if they're still up. There's free stuff out there. Basically, you're doing acupressure on your emotional points, the pressure points in the body, the meridians and the pressure point. There's all kinds of spots on the body that you can do. You can go through all of them. But the one main one is right here.